welcome to episode 83, part 2 of Africa's premier sports video podcast, the Three Quarters Podcast. Also remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Tamima Duffield.
And I'm Ngara Kamuya.
So as is customary, we start off with Kenyan rugby history.
Yep.
So Vihiga High School in Vihiga. Home of, or one of the homes of Collins Injera.
Yes. Unfortunately, and that's the biggest problem with Kenya, is that there's not too much information on these things. But yeah, as you said, Vihiga High School, located in Western Province, or what used to be called Western Province, in Vihiga County, and the two most notable names to have been produced from Vihiga High School: one, Collins Injera, second highest point scorer in Rugby Sevens. And the second person is Oscar Ayodi, who was actually the captain for this year's HSBC circuit. So those are the two notable alumni from Vihiga High School. It's cool. I mean, not really dominant in the rugby circles. And unfortunately for them, they just come up against superior opposition in Mzingu and Kakamega High School. So unfortunately for them, they just don't make it out of the county. But yeah, those are the two people that they've produced.
Who went to Vihiga? Please come and tell us.
Come and tell
us. Like, really do.
That's true.
Yeah, so we move on to the fact that the Kenya Simbas went into camp with the British Army that is in Nanyuki. And included in the squad is Andrew Omonde, William Baka, or William Ambaka, Joshua Chisanga, and Nick Baraza from Cabras. Now, what do you think of that? I for me, think this is definitely Kenya showing intent. We're showing that, we mean business. We mean business. We want the strongest team out there. Andrew Omonde, I mean, I don't think I've seen very few people play like Andrew. He gives it his all from start to finish, whether it is 15s, whether it is 7s, whether it is playing for KCB. He's one of the people who he's just something else on the pitch. Leadership qualities, all of that. William Mbaka, not very old, but someone who's very experienced. That is in the HSBC Sevens circuit. But also, when he's playing back, when he played for Harlequins, Kenya Harlequins. Willie is one of those people who, he's big, he's powerful, and I think his rugby IQ has grown in leaps and bounds. Definitely going to be an asset to the team. Joshua Chisanga, very young, but even as he started off on the team, moved sort of from being a rookie to one of the leaders in like snap of a finger. So definitely going to help with the confidence of the team. Powerful, very powerful. I mean, I saw an article about him being the strongest player in Kenyan rugby, and he could be. Nick Baraza, we have missed him. Definitely missed him there in the centers. I mean, the center pairing has just been a nightmare, I think, for Kenya so far. No disrespect to you guys, but yes, it's very good seeing him back. What do you think of that?
Again, just the same way you've gone, I'll go through all the players. Andrew Omonde, they don't make players like him anymore, or if they do, we don't see. We haven't seen yet. Like you've said, pours his heart and soul each and every game that he plays. Doesn't matter if he's playing against Kisii RFC or if he's playing against New Zealand on the rugby circuit, he always puts in 150%. And that is something that I think the Kenya Simbas will be needing right now. Can you imagine a back row of Andrew Omonde, Joshua Chisanga and Davis Chenge? In terms of fetching, we've been talking about fetching being our biggest problem. Hasn't been a big problem this year, because I think George Nyambua and Elkins Musonye have been contesting the breakdown. But can you imagine you bring in the experience of Andrew and Joshua in the back row? It's going to be amazing if they can be able to participate in the last two games. So Andrew Omonde, they don't make him like him anymore. And I only hope that he can be able to get into the final selections. William Baka, to add on to what you've said, the reason I think that Willie's rugby IQ has grown is that people do forget that he had professional stints in France, in South Africa, and in New Zealand. He's been able to play with the best. I remember even just this week I was looking through his page, his Instagram page, and there's a very good photo of him up against, he's playing for Manawatu Tabos at that time, and they were coming up against Wellington in the ITM Cup, and there's a very good picture of him matching up with Julian Savia. At Manawatu Tabos itself, he was playing with the likes of Nehi Milnaskara, those are the guys he was competing with to get numbers, and on 2 or 3 occasions he did represent the Tabos. So you can imagine the experience and the knowledge that he's gained having played professionally in these 3 countries, France, South Africa, and in New Zealand. Powerful player, very fast, and I'm sure we would need him on the wing. I'd go as much, I had to say as much that at the end of last year, when we realized that we were having a problem with 15, and no disrespect to Tony Onyango, we just felt that he was carrying the ball too much. We've seen a better performance from him,
a much better performance
at number 14. I remember in conversation somewhere, and I was saying that if Samuel Oliech was not going to come back to 15th, then my option or my opinion would have been to move Darwin Mukidza to 15 and then take William Baka to 14. So it's good to see him here. It's good to see him having been called up, and I hope he's going to feature in the last 2 games for the Kenya Simbas. What a powerful run, as you've said. Joshua Chisanga, he's already in the 15th setup. The reason why he's not played is because he's been injured, but he's coming back into it. At least to now, we are hearing that he was at the training session, so we can only imagine that he's about to get back to form. And Joshua, very powerful. I like the fact that he contested breakdown. I sometimes think he's a madman in the way he plays the game, but he's definitely an asset for Kenya. Nick Baraza, in my opinion, he's been the best inside centre we've had in Kenya in the last 3-4 years. Very experienced, very entertaining, and Nick is one of the few centres who can actually kick. He's rugby IQ, as you keep on saying, as we talk about rugby IQ, he's on another level. And I know Nick Baraza has been brought in because Leo Sage is out. I think he should be out for the rest of the season with a hairline fracture. So Nick, then, we don't have an out-and-out 12. So Nick comes in at 12. And I think his relationship with Isaac Adimo from Queens to Kenya should be a plus for the Kenya team. He, of course, is new. His partnership is very new. If he's going to partner with Peter Kilonzo, it's very new. Of course, when Nick got injured, his partner, number 13, was David Ambunya. It's sad. I would have loved. You always love it when you have all your best players. While, yes, I do appreciate the fact that Peter is a very good player. He's an excellent talent. He's good on defense. I still think in terms of experience, in terms of rugby IQ, in terms of knowledge, the best 13 we have in Kenya is David Ambunya. So to fix that centre pairing that you're talking about, I would have loved to see Nick Baraza and David Ambunya.
But not the David Ambunya we saw in the Kenya.
Not in the Kenya Cup season.
The international. The one we've been seeing over the years.
Yes, over the years, and I think he has it in him. My opinion is that David Ambunya just didn't want to be. Had he wanted to be in this year's selection, he would have.
Well, so you work with what you've got.
You work with what you got.
And Peter Kilonzo, I mean, we can't take it away from him. He has performed very well in the Kenya Cup season.
Yes.
Definitely deserved the call-up.
Yes.
And yeah, he's been performing well. I don't think there's a game where we sat down and said, no. He did not play well.
He didn't play well. Yeah, okay, look. First, you have to understand that I'm comparing this to other Kenya seasons, right? What we've seen. And he's excellent on defense. What I just don't feel from Peter is on offense.
Yes, actually, I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's what we used to get a lot from Ambunya. But look, Nick Baraza coming in at number 12, solid defender, solid attacker. I can only imagine how it's going to be. I wish he gets the nod. I wish Ian Snook actually gives him the nod. But it's good to see this guy back with the Kenya team.
Yep, definitely. And maybe I mean, we have had problems in the centre pairing since actually Peter Kilonzo came on. So maybe, when we get a more solid centre pairing and, good clean ball coming from number 10, maybe we'll be able to see the flashes of brilliance in the attack.
That's true. That's true.
But best of luck to them. Let's see who will be in the final selection. I mean, I think Kenya, we are looking towards the Namibia game.
Yes.
Whatever is there in between is along the way. We are looking to the Namibia game. So by then, I'm hoping we've solidified, everything that we need to, and we've worked on our structures, and we've got the best team that we can put out there.
Yes.
Yep. So we move on to international rugby, and it was the final of the Super Rugby, Crusaders versus Lions, and you've been singing Crusaders.
I told you.
Like you have sung and sung. It's broken record. So 37.
18. 37-18.
To the Crusaders. And at some point, I think they had like 35% ball possession, but they were still ahead. Conversion rate. And
that's what New Zealand are very good at. New Zealand rugby is very good at. I mean, New Zealand dominance showing, and the Crusaders being the epitome of that this year. One thing that was very evident, and I think that was the main difference between New Zealand and Crusaders and Lions, was while Lions were carrying their ball, it was ending there. They carry their ball, they go into a tackle, it ends there. Ross Kroenke now to recycle the ball. On the other side, the Crusaders, I hit my guy or I play the gap. My hands are free. I'm looking for the quick offload. I'm looking for the quick offload.
That seems to be what everyone is doing now.
Exactly.
Everyone is doing that, and it's working so well.
Exactly, it is working so well, and they're gaining yards. They're gaining yards. Like you're saying, conversion rate. That's what it matters. But look, it's been a good season for the Crusaders. Scott Robertson doing a very good job there, and of course his trademark breakdance after they won. Richie Moanga for me has been the standout player for Crusaders this year, and I think it's largely to do with the introduction of Ronan O'Gara as the backs coach. So it's been back-to-back champions, 2017 and 2018. As a Crusaders fan, it feels very good. We had gone for very many years without winning that title, so it feels very good for them to be back on top. So Super Rugby now takes a break. By the time we come back into international rugby, by the time we come back with this segment, it's going to be the Rugby Championship. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, remember you can find us on who else supports Crusaders? Tell us.
Very many guys.
Anyway, find us on social media. That is by following us on Instagram, liking our page on Facebook, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm Demi Duffield.
And I'm Nara Kamuya.
And we'll see you in part 3.